Paris Mountain State Park is an outdoor paradise known for its legends and beauty. This park is just 15 minutes from downtown Greenville, South Carolina. And inside this 1,540-acre park, visitors can hike, mountain bike, or spend time on or in Lake Placid, which is exactly why my family and I made this park our Labor Day weekend trip, so we could explore, visit the visitor center, hike, and swim in Lake Placid before the swimming area was closed for the season. We initially ended up exploring the campground. Not surprisingly, the campground was at full capacity for the holiday weekend. According to their website, Paris Mountain offers tent, RV, and cabin camping. 39 sites are paved, and 13 offer tent pads. Notably, the park also offers trailside camping, as there are 5 trailside sites available around the North Lake Trail Loop. Each of these sites can accommodate up to 2 small tents and 5 people. However, all of the camping options do require reservations. During our visit, I was surprised that it was in the campground that I found some unique information about the area prior to it becoming a state park.
What do you find when you scratch beneath the surface? In 1970, during the building of the campground, the staff and archaeologists discovered an early cemetery and a charcoal kiln. Before it was a park, Paris Mountain was home to numerous residents who lived, worked, and died nearby. These 10 unmarked graves remind us that this was once a community. The kiln helped tell us how the people once used the mountain's natural resources for a living. I don't know if I'd like that. Okay, Daddy, don't leave me.
While I couldn't find any details online about who is buried here, it could have been some of the first white settlers, or even some of the indigenous in-laws of the mountain and park's namesake, Richard Paris. Richard was a Scots-Irish man from Virginia who was the first white man to settle in the area that would be known as Greenville County in 1765. After Mr. Paris's arrival, legend has it that the Cherokee chief, Wallahassa, made his daughter, Talawa, promise to protect their mountain from the paleface below when he died. However, the chief's son-in-law ended up selling the land for beads or a necklace. When Talawa found out, she was so angry that she stabbed her husband to death before taking her own life.
Crayfish.
Crayfish?
On this open. Look at this tiny rock with bugs on it.
Oh, look at the bear.
Look at this walking stick.
Put it back, please.
It's a walking stick.
Yes, it is. Put it back.
I want to buy it.
No.
Not good at all, but it was doing this.
Look, there's Greenville.
Did them have it the last time?
Look at the frog footprints, a possum, a beaver footprint.
Online sources also say that Richard Paris went on to marry a Cherokee woman and later became very close with the Cherokee tribe. The tribe continually gave Paris land until his property extended 10 square miles. In a 1775 letter from the Superintendent of Indian Affairs, John Stewart wrote to the Cherokee, chastising them for selling their lands to the white men. In one part of the letter, Stewart writes, "You are constantly listening to Richard Paris, who cheats you of your lands." Notably, today, you can see a life-size representation of Richard Paris at the Upstate History Museum while in Greenville, South Carolina. In later history, in 1887, two Greenville merchants used a wooden carved structure to pipe down water from a spring to the roof of their store. This easy water access caught on fast, and Mr. A. Gates, owner of the Mansion House Hotel, was recruited to bring a water system to Greenville. As a result, between 1890 and 1916, one of the earliest uses of the mountain by the city of Greenville was as a source of water, and numerous lakes and dams were built. This was because the early people realized the mountain springs provided a safe water source, as it did not flow beside industries, railroads, or farms. This helped ensure that the water did not spread disease. It was during this time in the 1890s that Greenville's safe and clean water influenced the building of a resort on Paris Mountain named the Altamont Hotel. However, over time, the resort did fail, and it was sold to N.J. Holmes, who turned the building into a Bible Institute. Unfortunately, by 1920, the building was destroyed by a fire. By 1900, the ancient legend of the healing and medicinal waters of Paris Mountain began to spread, and the water began being bottled by the Paris Mountain Sulphur Company. Throughout Greenville's history, war and the growth of the town put a strain on the water supply. By 1928, Table Rock Reservoir was put into service, and the use of Paris Mountain as a water supply declined.
It's the same as the short trail.
This is the short trail, honey. This is the shortest trail they got.
Oh, that's a big one.
All right, so we're on the green trail.
Oh, I thought it was a fence.
Mommy's favorite color, the green trail.
I thought it was a fence way because it goes this way.
Oh, I wonder if we'll see any turtles.
Universe. And we're going to look for bugs. We're going to look for berries, and we're going to look for leaves, and watch out for snakes, okay?
Millard, is your crunch bar good?
It was the way I wanted to show it, but it's big. Right, Mom?
Hey, did y'all see any turtles on this log?
Look, a beaver them. Sit right there.
Think a beaver did that?
Yeah, look, it got cut down. Look at that spot.
Yep.
Look, it's got the coin.
Jelly roll. So I'm going to take a bite.
I had that one.
Is that good? Carl, you tired?
They're together. Look, they're best friends. They're twins. See how they're joined together at the base? Isn't that cool? Daddy finds things like that.
And it's so tall we can't see the wedges.
They grew together.
Yeah,
They're brothers like you. Look where this big tree fell across the trail and they had to cut it. See, it's leaning. It's going to fall one day. And it's going to go across the trail too.
I'm going to go see if I can find some turtles. I just found a dragonfly. I didn't find any turtles.
Yes.
Daddy found the secret trail?
No.
Oh, look, there's Daddy. Daddy found the secret trail.
Done. How are those guys already done,
Was there any
Mom?
turtles on that first log?
I didn't see none.
How are those guys already
I
done?
thought for sure there was some.
They get 12 over there.
Yep, that's the trail I'm going to take because I'm looking for turtles.
Come on, Carl, before you get bit. Okay, come on.
I was in the water. I was in the water. I was sucking. Oh, it hurts.
Look. If I was a turtle, I would climb up on this one.
There was an alligator.
There's no alligators here.
What?
We're too far north.
He was in the water. He had to swim.
Twin trees, they grew together at the bottom, didn't they? So you learned something today.
It's a baby nut.
It's an acorn?
No, it's a nut.
Okay. Well,
Look, I see somebody fishing.
yes, he is fishing. That's cool.
Come on, let's go try. Whee! That's fun.
Oh, you got an ant? Let me see. Ooh.
Found you a bug, Carl. Found you a bug.
Whoa.
Don't touch it. Leave it alone.
Oh, wow. He's real active, isn't he?
Leave it alone.
Leave like you when it
He's
is.
already trying to get away from the ants.
Come on, Carl.
When I wanted it. When I
No, that's a puss thing. You can tell.
Oh, it's a plastic bag. Almost knocked me down. Almost knocked me down from my glasses getting hit. Be careful, Dad. You don't want to fall.
Shit, I don't want Carl to make me fall.
Daddy helped me down.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, you think there's a spider in this hole? I bet you there's a spider in there. Look, I can see it. There's a spider right there. You see it? Let Carl look.
I can't believe we hadn't seen any turtles yet. I can't help you out of there. You stuck.
The turtles heard the boys coming.
You can't tell them nothing.
Yeah, you see. I saw this all fast up in it.
You saw a fish, Joe? Oh, that's cool.
You got to sit
So
down.
which movie had the Lake Placid in it?
Lake Placid.
Oh, that's the name of the movie?
Yeah, with the alligator.
Oh man, look how far we are.
Betty White feeds her husband to the alligator.
Yeah.
Look at this tree root.
Wow.
You ever seen a tree root look like that?
Look how far we are.
Oh, you found another twin tree?
Yeah.
And they're twins? Because they're grown together? Well, that's awesome. That's nice.
Look, the moon is bigger than me.
Carl. Hey, Carl. What you doing in there?
You bump your head. Be careful. You squeeze your head as you do that.
All right, let's go find Daddy.
Right, Mommy?
Screw in it, a nail in it, an old nail.
Look at that. Go that long way, or we can go the short way. Look, that's the waterfall right down in the park ranger basin.
Yeah, you saw a picture?
Yeah, it's a dam.
Come on, boys. Want me to help you, Carl?
I know we go to the park ranger basin. I can't over this big piece of wall. I'm almost down. We had this before, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's my first time eating these.
Come on, let's go to the box when you're digging now. Now, hooray, hooray, hooray. Started to get in that cold water maybe. And then it'd be all nice and cold. And then we wouldn't be sweaty anymore. Right, Mommy?
Look at how pretty that bridge is with the stone under
Yeah,
columns.
yeah, but look, I think it won't hold you.
Look how big this tree is.
Look, this was very
Is
long.
that a big tree?
Hey, we did
Where's your
went on.
brother?
We did went on this hike the last time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah, when
It was summer last year.
Dad, we've been on this for the Wi-Fi. This thing, and that's what he put with the stone. You see it?
Wow, I like that.
All right, Froggy, let's go. Don't use that water, Carl. That's for dogs.
All right,
Good
Carl.
for a nice cold drink, like Mom.
Well, all the bathing suits are in the car.
We bought this last time.
Come on.
Come on,
You
Millard.
know
Come on,
that?
Carl.
Let me see that pine cone. Oh, that is a baby pine cone. Yep, that's a cigarette butt. Yuck.
Look at my saw.
I know, you found a little red star.
On the ground?
Yep. All right, let's
Somebody
go.
left it. Somebody left it. Oh, if I go with food and have a picnic on the sand.
Do it all by yourself.
Me
Can you go up these steps, Carl?
This is a persimmon.
Maybe the kid left it or not. Hooray! I said it'd get cold in the water.
This building was originally a bathhouse built in 1937. But in 1999, after raising $100,000 by individuals like Mary Lou Jones and corporations like BMW, the building was renovated into the Parks Center. Here you can learn a lot about nature and the park. For example, in 1932, Greenville's mayor, A.C. Mann, welcomed presidential candidate Franklin D. Roosevelt, and the city overwhelmingly supported and voted for him. By 1933, when FDR was elected, he immediately implemented the New Deal program, which invested in America's greatest resource, its people. As a result, the CCC was formed. This organization not only gave people food and jobs, but hope. By 1935, the city of Greenville had given the land of Paris Mountain to the state to form a park. Notably, the men of the CCC who constructed this park came from Camp Palmetto and had to travel to the area prior to the construction of barracks. In fact, when the CCC arrived here, all that was left that was man-made on the mountain were the dams. The CCC even had to create most of the trails and roads. Interestingly, the CCC workers were not forced into manual labor all of the time. And according to a plaque at the center, the workers, when they were off duty, swam, played checkers and sports, took educational classes, and every Saturday night, the men would go out on the town. By the completion of the park, the CCC had built 51 structures, which in 1998 led to the park's inclusion on the National Registry of Historic Places. On July 15th of 1937, 500 people watched as the new park superintendent opened Paris Mountain State Park to the public for the first time. That evening, a crowd of 4,000 arrived to watch a water pageant. If you decide to visit Paris Mountain State Park, make sure to look at all of the structures and notice how the CCC used local materials to build the bridges, stairs, shelters, and bathhouses. And just know that you are looking at the same structures as those first guests. By the 1940s, just like today, Paris Mountain was the place to be. On one of the informational plaques, Mary McCullough, who was a lifeguard here at the time, recalls how everyone would come to the park to sunbathe and carry on. how people would swim to the dam and back. She also recalled that on July 4th, the park hosted a festival in which 1,400 people attended. The festival had a diving clown, races, and the lifeguards would battle each other with bamboo poles as they stood on separate boats until knocking each other into the water. Of course, like every state park, there were things that we really loved and other things that we disliked. The negative things that we noticed included: first, it was very busy. I know we came on a holiday, but because of that, we didn't get to see much wildlife, and we really wanted to see a turtle. Second, the steps at the park center are very beautiful, but they are also very steep, so you really have to be careful. Third, while it didn't affect us, somebody may dislike having a campsite next to a colonial burial ground. Fourth, the playground wasn't great. There were no swings or cover. And fifth, like so many of our state parks, there doesn't seem to be enough park rangers. We were not able to find a ranger who could do the junior ranger program with my children, and I was told to come back during a normal weekday. On a more positive note, there are many things that we really loved about Paris Mountain State Park. First, the trails. Online, it says that there are 17 miles of hiking and biking trails. I also found out that you can see some really cool things on these trails, like an old structure on a spur trail that has been compared to Rapunzel's Tower, a real fire tower that you can hike to, and a trail where you can see what is left of the former hotel's stairs. Next, we really loved swimming in the lake. While Paris Mountain State Park offers 3 lakes, Lake Placid is 15 acres and is the main spot for boating and fishing. The North Lake, also known as Reservoir 3, is a larger lake, and it is closed to boaters and reserved only for fishermen. In addition, while these lakes may be the home to snakes and turtles, it made me feel good to know that there were no alligators. Third, because Paris Mountain State Park is so popular, you do tend to feel safe. While Greenville County does have some wildcats and bears, they're not commonly seen. And while at the park, you may see possums, foxes, snakes, and turtles. Furthermore, while you're there, you can try to look for 20 different species of birds that live in the mountain area. Besides looking for wildlife, one of the things that I really loved was looking at the flowers. This state park has some beautiful wildflowers and even some persimmon trees. Online, it even says that there are 73 different types of flora found here. Fourth, while we didn't get to explore the entire park, we really did appreciate the beautiful buildings and bridge that we did get to see. The final thing that we really loved about Paris Mountain State Park is that it is so close to the town of Greenville, which is one of the nicest cities in South Carolina. In fact, online it says, decade after decade, Paris Mountain has continued to welcome visitors to what has been described as Greenville's big backyard. So, would we go back to Paris Mountain State Park? Yes, we definitely will, and it will be our 4th visit. We hope that during our 4th visit, our children will be able to complete the Junior Ranger program. We can hike, bike, and fish. I would also really like to stay at one of the trailside campsites. So, have you been to Paris Mountain State Park? What are the things that you enjoyed about this state park? I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please like it, and as always, thanks for watching.